Hello, I'm Michaela and welcome back to my videos on academics. So today the plan is to talk about extracurriculars. I came up with a bunch of questions and tried to answer them as well. As a high school junior myself, I've spent a lot of time Googling how many extracurriculars I should be doing and what they should be, which ones are best, and what makes them impressive. So those are kind of the things I'm going to be covering today. Each website online kind of boils down to do whatever makes you happy, which is obviously true, but there's still dynamics to what makes you happy that you should be considering when looking at extracurriculars. Whether you're shooting for an Ivy League school or a public university or a 2-year college, hopefully these questions about extracurriculars will be one of yours and maybe there'll be an answer for you. How important are extracurriculars for college? The answer is that they are very, very important, and yes, they do matter a lot. Your scores and stats obviously are important. Like if you have a 1300 SAT and a 4.0 GPA, that's not going to get you into college if you don't have any good extracurriculars, probably. Well, I mean, you can still get into college, but not like for an Ivy League. When a college admits a student, it's because they believe that that student is going to bring something to their community, or they're going to somehow benefit the college. If you can show a school that you have some sort of artistic talent or athletic prowess, or that there's more to you than your scores, then this is what colleges want to be seeing. So extracurriculars are basically kind of the way that colleges get a good grasp of who you are and what you do, what makes you more unique from other students, and how you spend your time. Do you need to be well-rounded? Surprisingly, the answer is no. And I am still spending a lot of my high school time trying to be that well-rounded student, but in all honesty, you really don't need to be well-rounded because you can have a student who's deeply involved in one activity, such as, let's say, volunteering. Maybe this student does 10 hours of volunteering a week, they tutor, they go to the animal shelter, they work at the homeless shelter, and they've started several clubs in their school and they have a ton of initiative. Even though it doesn't really involve arts or athletics or academics, the fact that they're so deeply involved in this one extracurricular makes them still a strong candidate for college, even though they're not what you would call well-rounded. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being well-rounded either. If you're a student and if you're part of the drama club, you're the star of the basketball team, and you're also a leader in an academic club at school, colleges love to see that too. So really what they're looking for is commitment. No matter if it's kind of one category or you're involved in several categories, as long as they see that you're passionate about it, that's what really matters for extracurriculars. What extracurriculars are considered particularly impressive? Any. I know that this answer is pretty vague, but it's true. I mean, any extracurricular, if you put effort into it and make it your own, then it's going to look good. There are 4 components to what makes an extracurricular impressive. First, commitment, which I already talked about. If you're showing that you've invested time and devotion to this extracurricular and clearly you're dedicated to it, then that's a huge part right there. Second, influence. If you've influenced your town, community, your school, or a group of people in any way, this is another way that you can make your extracurricular stand out and look more impressive than just saying you're a part of it or you're a member of it. Initiative. If you're a leader in some way, if you're elected president of your club, then this is another good way to show that you're deeply involved. Lastly, if it has meaning. So let's say you're part of the robotics club, and you find a way to make electrical currents flow better in robots. Sorry, by the way, if that sounds completely wrong because I don't know any technological lingo. But let's say that you have done stuff with electrical currents on the robotics team. Then if you're applying for an electrical engineering major at your college, then that would also give you a 1-up because your extracurricular pertains to what you want to do in life. How many extracurriculars should you be involved in? This is also kind of nebulous. I would say anywhere from 2 to 6. Any more than that, you're just not going to be involved in each one enough, and then any less than that, it just looks like too few on an application. More specifically, I'd say have 1 to 2 extracurriculars that you're heavily involved in. This would mean that you're working on it every single day. Let's say that's an instrument that you're playing or a sports team that you're part of. Just have a couple of extracurriculars that you can show that you've spent a lot of your time on and you've put a lot of effort into. And then also have like 3 to 4 extracurriculars that maybe you only meet once a week for, or once a month for, but you're still participating in. For example, I'm part of the journalism club at my school, and we only make an issue like once every couple of months, or once every month, I don't even know. But I write an article for that so infrequently, but I'm still part of the journalism club. So this is an extracurricular that I'm involved in, but I'm not really I haven't devoted a lot of my time to it. So I have several of these because they're easy and they also mean something on the application, but definitely also have a few extracurriculars that you can demonstrate you are devoted to. Sorry, I keep using that word over and over again. Foremost, don't do anything that you don't want to do. It's just going to make you miserable and it's going to waste your time, and also you want to be able to prove to colleges that you like what you do, and if you don't like what you do, you're not going to spend as much time with it. It's just not going to work. So do only things that you like. Anyway, if you're looking for inspiration for some extracurriculars, maybe you're a freshman in high school and you have a lot of time ahead of you, so you kind of want to pick something that you like that you want to stick with throughout the next few years of high school. Here are some ideas in 4 categories of extracurricularness stuff. First, the arts. So really anything along the lines of chorus or band, orchestra, painting, sculpting, pottery, drawing, theater. Any of these count as the arts, and these would all be good extracurriculars. Second category is academics. This also has a very wide range because it can go from STEM-related activities to humanities. So if you're part of a trivia club or math team, chess club, debate team, student newspaper, these are all things that you can be involved in that have to do with academics. Third are athletics. These are a little bit more obvious. Any sports teams at your school, or independent things too. I mean, if you run independently every single day, you could talk about that on an application. But track club, hockey, basketball, softball, baseball, football, tennis, table tennis, badminton, swimming, anything that gets you moving, gets you physical activity, hiking, backpacking, these are all good extracurriculars for the athletics. The last category is altruism. That's the only word I could think of that started with A, so that they would all start with A. Arts, academics, athletics, altruism, because I like it to be aligned like that. Anyway, altruism would be anything along the lines of volunteering, community service, anything that helps the community. You can go to local shelters or local events to go help out. You can also join, your school probably has a community service club you could join. Sign up for a weekly volunteer opportunity. There are a bunch of ways. If you just go online and Google volunteer opportunities, there are probably some things near you that you could do. Alright, so I hope that this covered everything about extracurriculars, and I hope that it answered any questions you might have had. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I'd be so grateful if you subscribed and liked the video for more. I upload on Sundays, so come and check back next week on what's new. Thanks, and have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you are.